Yorick and Green UK. We're back again with another Meet the Member, and we're joined by Jake. So thanks for joining us, Jake. And as always, I'm with Kane. So we're going to get this started with the age-old question of how did you become a Jets fan?
Well, to be honest, I'm not gonna beat around the bush, and it was a 50-50, purely because when I visited New York back in 2009, so it might have been pre-championship. We still had, or at least he just finished LaDainian Tomlinson. And it was basically, I was in New York, I wanted to go see a game, and it just happened to be the Jets that were playing that day. So I could have easily been a Giants fan. I don't like to admit that, but I could have been. But yeah, so the Jets were playing a preseason game, so it wasn't even an official season game, but it was preseason game, and so me and my dad went to MetLife, and went on and seen all the kind of all the outside things going on. I've got family in the States, so we met up with them as well, but they're Eagles fans, so you want to see anything
off.
yeah.
Favorite player of all time?
Favorite player of all time? I mean, it's not an easy thing to really pick, because for me, I used to play wide receiver, so it's always going to be, and with us not being a very big guy, I'm a little guy, it's always going to be the little guys that get my love. So it's your Deshaun Jacksons of the world, somebody that's going to be playing underneath, taking the ball. With the Jets themselves, well, I did like Quincy Enunwa.
Great shout.
But we'll see. We'll see how time goes, because Mims is coming through. I'm always going to give love, and well, it's fair to say Carter showed his love, and some absolute explosive players on with the London games. So he might draw my love going forward, but we'll see.
That's a good shout. So that one being said, who's your favourite on the team now? Like your current player?
I would probably say Carter. Just because it did make us laugh when we drafted the two Carters, and it was a case of whether people made the jokes. The Jets panicked and didn't know who they drafted in Carter, so they drafted both. But I thought, like I say, he played really well. And I think really that's what we need for Zach, especially. You need somebody that's going to be explosive, supportive, and if he can only just keep going through as those explosive players, maybe he's even just getting those dink and dunks if he has to as an exit plan for Zach in the worst possible moments. Then it's only going to make it better. So yeah, I think it's definitely Carter at the minute.
Nice.
He's definitely getting better game by game, I think. So,
100%.
How many games have you been to live then?
Well, it's been one at Wembley, one at obviously this year for the Jets, and then the preseason game at MetLife. So it's only been 3 in my lifetime, but obviously I've followed it since 2009 really. Fully. Once I kind of obviously seen the Jets live, I kind of started to pick it up and and kind of get more into it. And as I've gotten older, and as technology advanced, I've got more into fantasy. So you kind of get lost in all the different podcasts and kind of like, all the different stats. And I think that's one of the things that I kind of always laugh about with Americans, especially, that they always have a stat for everything. And there's always somebody new who's going to be breaking history, breaking ground. I saw one the other day, it's the guy, the only person who's started in the first 3 games, who was born on a leap year or something like that. It's kind of really bizarre facts.
Yeah, I have one of them.
Right.
Aaron Donald has never laid a finger on a Jets quarterback.
It's just madness for Americans. But Yeah, I think I've followed it since then. So it's I've only been to 3 live, but
No, cool. So you say you follow it and everything like that. What's the favorite game you've ever watched? Was it the live in Miami or was it another game?
Realistically, I mean, this has been my favorite game. The London game, just because I mean, like you, Anthony, lost my voice in the second half because I was right behind the goal for Michael Carter's, and it was kind of electric to say the least when he
Yes.
scored, and the whole it was a mix between, obviously with London, you're going to get mixed fans, so it was a mixed shouting from oh no and get in from the Jets fans, and so that was really one of my favorites. But I think as well the classic Super Bowls. I can't say that I've seen everything, but it's a case of I always enjoy it when it goes on, and I'll always kind of pick out. I really love Red Zone as well because although I'm a Jets fan, I do love watching all the games and all the kind of the scrap list, all the absolute like electric moments. So
Yeah,
I
you
always
have to do that
enjoy
when you play fantasy. You can't know what
exactly.
friend zone.
Exactly, you can't at all. It's either that or you're just constantly scrolling through your phone to see all the updates and stuff. But yeah, so I think in terms of my favorite game, I think it's definitely going to be the one to see live because it's always going to stick with us. So it's always going to be this one particularly. I mean, the score not great, but the actual play was progress. So yeah, I'm happy as a Jets fan.
Yeah. What's your best and worst moment as a Jets fan?
I mean, the butt fumble wasn't one of the greatest moments for a Jets fan. I mean, I don't think you can count on one hand how many glorious moments we've had. And when I say glorious, I mean like kind of the butt fumbles of the Adam Gase eras, yeah. But I think I think in terms of the greatest moments, I think and the worst moments. Yeah, I think the butt fumble's up there, and as well, I think when we first drafted Donald, I made that great mistake of really getting behind Donald and honking about him and being like in the kind of fantasy groups I'm in, and the group of mates I speak to, being like, yes, this is the game changer. This is it. This is where we make the comeback because of everything they brought up about Zach, about Sam, and about everything they kind of touted him to be. I kind of was fully behind that. Now I invested in that, and it didn't end up in that way. So I can't say that's one of my highest moments either.
See, I'm still on Sam. I still think he's going to come good.
Mm-hmm. I do. I agree. And I think he's starting to show that. But there's that saying from the Vikings TV series. There's no point in looking back. Going that way. You know what I mean? So it's partly that, but also that partly the kind of like wants him to do well. So same as you, I'm happy that he's doing better at the Panthers. So
yeah, don't get me wrong. I was happy that he had a bad game on Sunday though. So kind of speaking about the draft there, what position or player do you see the Jets drafting in the first round next year?
Well, we've obviously gone quite heavily offense this year. I'd like to think that they're probably going to go back to the board again because we're still not, I wouldn't say young in terms of offensive line. Because if they're going to, I'd like to think they'd be going down the Cowboys route and building from the trenches. So we've got, we've got one new guys in. We've got the Williams in on the defensive front. Lawson, if he comes back and is healthy, that'll make a difference. So realistically, I think we're probably going to go cornerback again. Although it seems to be these last few weeks have been one of my strongest positions, I expect we're probably going to go cornerback again, and expect to go O-line. Because we have the pieces now. Corey Davis has shown out. I'm not sure if he's still not 100% sure he's a true number one. But then also, we've got young guys coming through who may kind of step up in the future. So I think it's definitely going to be O-line and possibly cornerbacks just to kind of show things out. And again, even linebacker, because I don't know if Mosley is really where he needs to be just yet. Obviously, having 2 years off sort of thing. A year off injury and a year off for COVID. I don't know if he's fully where we need him to be at this point in time. So we might end up going to that well as well.
No, that's fair.
Or is it me?
Yeah. We've got all of the questions.
What's your favorite jersey / logo of all time that we've had?
As a Jets fan, I mean, I'm quite a fan of this new black and green one, the third kit. That's the one I bought, and I've got my name on the back because I'm cool. But it's a case of I really like this new black and green. I don't know obviously how often we'd use that, but I think that's the favourite kit currently. And I do like this new kind of gloss dark green on the helmets, as opposed to the last year's kind of. I think it wasn't that it was dated. It just felt kind of, it just felt like we've used it for ages.
Yeah.
Apart from where you get the Pats do every so often the throwback jerseys. I wouldn't mind one of their maybe at some point. So possibly like the kind of that pure, really that light green, and that old school kind of Jet logo. But whenever I'm quite happy with the way things are at the minute currently, jersey and logo wise.
Yeah.
So that was a playful question.
Right.
The one I've got now is, if you could change one thing about the Jets, what would it be?
Cool. I think it's there's not one thing you could really pin down, to be honest, because you have to have a lot of ducks in a row. I think we're heading the right direction in terms of the coaching. I'm really happy with Salah as a coach. The offensive coordinator, is making a difference. Although obviously we haven't got that, we're not coming out sharp enough out the box straight away. We're showing we can make a difference in the late game, coming into garbage time. So, I mean, that's positive, because I think when you look at people like Jalen Hurts who are winning the Eagles games in garbage time, you know what I mean, that it's not doable.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely we have to get stronger on defense to at least try and hold them up, because if anything, Atlanta showed that they can make plays on us. Granted, they have special talents in terms of Cordell Patterson and Kyle Pitts, and Hayden Hurst and things like that. That kind of made the difference for them. I think we definitely need to change. I think I'll probably change the defense to get something that's solid. And Douglas again is the right. I think is in the right kind of general manager in terms of like kind of hiring people, bringing people in, making wheeling and dealing. He got the right value for Sam at the time. He's paying for the right things, jumping up to try and get extra linemen, premium linemen. In the early part of the draft this year, shows we're kind of we're going in the right direction. So I think it's just a case of, if I would change anything, I would probably just change the defense, just because I think that's where we're weakest at the minute. Again, I wouldn't know what we could do. If it was an instant like, what defense is better, great, I'll go with that. But as we well know, it's not as simple as that. So I think
it's never that simple.
No, definitely not.
Is there anything that you'd like to happen in the group, with the group?
I like the idea of the meets. meeting up. You know, even if it's just kind of meeting up on it for a Sunday and kind of, you know, watching the games together. You know, I would definitely look to, you know, stay overnight somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so we can all watch it together in the same bar. You know, show up. There's a lot of active things in the group. You know, especially in the run up. Obviously, run up into the London Games, and after the London Games, it's been quite active as well. But
Yeah.
you know, prior to that, even just since I've joined, you know, it's quite active. You know, we talk. There's a lot of videos posted. There's a lot of people's opinions in terms of, you know, the players who we're looking at the draft. Whereas I'll not say I'm not a draft aficionado, so a lot of the time I look at what other people are taking. You know, I'm not somebody who will look deep into the draft, you know, especially like yourself, Anthony, who will look at kind of the stats, the figures, who will be chasing after the college games. You know, I'm selective in what I learn about the players and things, and kind of you know, take what the quote, you know, experts kind of
Never
choose.
been called an expert people.
So you know what I mean. It's a case of yeah. It's just I'm quite happy with where the group's going, and you know, it's only getting better and stronger. You know, it showed in terms of the getting the questionnaires, and then getting, you know, Nick Mangold involved this year. You know, that's a huge thing. You know, as a legend as he is. So I think we're definitely in the step in the right direction. I don't know if any I don't know if any other groups are doing it. So
well, people are struggling to get anybody at the minute. So yeah, brilliant. Well, do you have any quick messages to anybody in the group or anything before we call it?
Yeah, sure. Great guys, it was great meeting who I met on Sunday. But also it's good to chat on and speak to anybody in the group. Everyone's really good and really informative and friendly, so you can't really ask for more. You know, in supportive fans. You know, you could easily be bashing each other every single week, or bashing each other's comments and stuff like that, and there's none of that really in the group. So, you know, that's really positive. So I'm happy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming along, Jake. Kane, as always, thanks. Guys, keep watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. You're right, Gangrene UK. We're back again with another Meet the Member. We're joined by Scott, and I'm with Kane again. So, Scott, thank you for coming along.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
No, we're really excited to ask you some questions. Some of them are nice and easy. There'll be a couple that hopefully will make you think a little bit. I always like to start off with, how did you become a Jets fan?
Yeah, well, basically, it was originally a holiday to New York whilst we was out there, build up to it, actually. We wanted to sort of experience a football game, and happened to be that New York Jets were playing at the MetLife at the time. So it was like, well, let's go and experience it. Come away from the game addicted, just loved it, loved the people there, the atmosphere, the build up to the game as well. You know, getting the bus from Port Authority to the MetLife and experiencing tailgating, just how friendly everyone was and welcoming. And it was just like, wow, you know, this will be my team, because a lot of my friends follow, or I've followed NFL, but just never really had a team as such assigned to myself. A lot of my friends are New England Patriots, obviously, with the England resembles to it. So it was like nice to actually have the opportunity to follow a team that I've actually seen and, you know, experiencing first-handedly the people and just the whole day as it itself, you know, from getting there at 10:30 in the morning and obviously not leaving until about 6:30, 7 o'clock of that evening, and just experiencing the full day just made me fall in love with New York Jets, basically.
Amazing. I love it when it's got actually a connection.
Yeah. With that, what's your favourite player of all time?
So this is quite a newfound famous player, purely because of his style, the way he is, and just how he goes about himself. I just love it, and I think it's brilliant. But has it been a sort of a new sort of entrance to the team? But it's Dan Feeney, just purely because I love the way he is. You know, I've watched videos of him where he's done things on YouTube, talking about, you know, his food, you know, his hairstyle, why he has his mullet and things like that. And, you know, players like that who are just a bit out there, I'm just fascinated with. So yeah, at the moment it's Dan Feeney.
Oh, cool. So what with you've seen some live games, things like that. Was the time at MetLife your only game?
So I've been to MetLife twice. I've seen New York. So the most recent one was New York Jets and Giants. That was in November 2019, where we beat them 34-32, I think. It was a tight game anyway. And then previous to that, I saw Jets and Jacksonville Jaguars as well at MetLife. And then Sunday, being in the London games, I was unfortunately, when they were last in London, I missed the opportunity as I was doing other things. So experiencing them in London and seeing, like I say, meeting other UK Jets fans was an incredible experience, and just seeing literally, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, considering, Jets having that tarnished label of, not really achieving much since '68. It was nice to see a big forceful group out, considering, it's supposed to be being a Falcons home game. From where I was in the stands, you quite easily said that was Jets as well, amongst all the other colours you saw.
Absolutely.
Definitely. It was definitely a Jets home game.
Yeah,
All day.
yeah, that's what it felt like. It was just incredible, and credit to the UK Falcons fans that made it. And I mean, there was a couple of Falcons fans that actually come over from stateside as well, which was nice to have a chat with them and experience their the rivalry and sort of the not rivalry as such, but the banter we had between each other and things like that. It was really nice.
With that, what's your favourite game you ever watched? It doesn't have to be like live. You can watch it on TV, obviously. But what's your favourite of all time?
Favourite game of all time. I'm going to go back to the Jets and Giants game that I actually saw live, because it was so tight and thrilling. It being that rivalry as well. And the point of where it literally went down to the final quarter, the last couple of minutes into it, it was just all exciting all round. Saying that, last week's game was something that I don't think we're going to experience again this season. For it to go into overtime and things like that, and to come away with the way we won it as well, and importantly, Zach Wilson actually stepping up to the mark as well, was incredible to witness as well, and something likewise for all of us, we are suffering Jets fans, so we say. So it was really nice to witness that as well.
A little glimpse.
Yeah. So what's your best moment as a Jets fan, and then your worst moment as a Jets fan?
So again, this is all quite recent stuff. The worst moment was obviously the dreaded season we had last season. Being under Adam Gase as well. The politics behind the scenes. It was dismal times, I feel, for the organisation as a whole. And it did sort of almost put doubt in, where do we go from here? How can things change? And obviously we are at a point where we are sort of a growing organisation again, starting from scratch. But ideally that was probably the worst sort of time. You couldn't really discuss much with other fans, like my friends who follow NFL as well. It's just almost put, sit back down on your chair, and you've got no right to sort of speak to us, because you're just a goddamn Jet, shall we say. And then best highlight for myself, I mean, I'm just going to go back to just the community the Jets fan has, especially over in this country. With the groups like what we're on here now as well, and just having that opportunity to have a fan base in the UK where like-minded Jets fans can all come together and speak to one another, chat about the games, etc., and have meets, which is fantastic. And hopefully, I feel like if we can get the group together, and eventually, if all can be worked out to get over to a game stateside and really experience it firsthand as a UK bunch as such.
Oh, to come in. It's happening.
Yeah, I'm all for it, and if it comes about, I'm there for sure.
I'll send the email today.
Is it?
I've sent an email to an agent who I've
Yeah.
been with before. So yeah, hopefully we'll know soon.
Oh yeah, keep me posted. I'm for it. I'm for it. Absolutely.
Amazing.
As of now, with the team, what position or player would you draft in the next draft in the first round? Don't know if you watch college football or not. If you do, name the name, obviously. But if not,
See,
then
I'll be totally honest with you. College football, I've only just started recently watching it as of probably last year. It was one of these things that I needed to sort of get more into purely for the draft format.
Yeah.
Take more interest in that side of things. So yeah, I'm not too sure really because I'm still new to it. Should we say?
Position.
Any position that you would go for?
I think the defensive line needs sorting out a bit. I think I think we need to sort of look at. I know we've got Elijah Moore trying to sort of help out a bit more for Zach. I think Zach's got it's going to be a developing season for him. I think he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders at the moment. But for any rookie coming into your first season, you've got to have to appreciate that time to develop. But yeah, I think it's gonna. If I could bring in anyone in to reinforce, it's probably the defensive line for sure.
Cool. That's great. So over the time, obviously you've been a Jets fan for a few years. Do you have a favourite jersey or a logo that the Jets have had in the past, or do you think the one that we've got now is the right one?
If I'm honest with you, out of all the jerseys, I do like the original Titans one we had. I think that's incredible. I do think we should bring that back as a one-off season jersey, maybe.
The throwback will be.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel like that one is my favourite out of them all. And logo-wise, the one previous to the one we've got now, I did just like the standard NY. But then moving forward, I kind of like to see some form of actual logo instead of lettering, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Instead of just oval with lettering, some form of actual logo, like you've got with pretty much all the other teams apart from maybe the Giants, and just have something that really establishes that's our logo.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you had to change one thing about the Jets, what would it be?
I mean, I'm not a glory hunter or anything, but it would be nice for us to actually achieve more in terms of playoffs, make our season just a little bit longer, because when that time in January comes and that's it, we're on our last game and that's it, game over for us. But you've still got like 6 to 8 weeks of football still going ahead, and we've just got no participation, and it's quite disheartening and upsetting. Yeah. And then you're obviously waiting around for September to come back around again. So it kind of would be nice if I could just put that element of just come on, let's just have a playoff run. Would be fantastic. Just one. Even if it's just one game, that's fine. I'm happy.
It doesn't work like that. I've had playoff runs. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I prefer that time for college football anyway.
If you don't mind me asking, I'll ask after. It's fine. I'll ask after.
Cool. Ken, it's your question.
It's not, but okay. Sorry. Hall of Fame, Nick. Hall of Fame. So there's 2 Jets that are being considered for Hall of Fame. Nick Mangold and Cromartie. Who would you put into the Hall of Fame out of those 2?
Quite funny actually, because just before coming, I was watching Nick Mangold do his tailgating barbecuing on YouTube. So I started watching. So I'm going to say Nick Mangold for sure. Again, it's the way his style is. I like that long hair, beard, look, rustic look, bit of a man's man. Let's go out there and really show it. So yeah, I'm going to say Nick Mangold for sure.
Awesome.
That's cool.
So, if you were going to get a jersey next, which player's name would be on it?
Right now, I like I say, just for my love for him, because of just the way he is and stuff like that, and I could probably Dan Feeney again. Just obviously, I know I didn't get a chance to see him on Sunday, but it'll be Dan Feeney. I mean, just seeing on some of the posts on Facebook. I mean, Zach's obviously #1 in the jersey selling rankings at the moment. Probably either Elijah Moore, something like that, something along them lines. I mean, I was unfortunate because when I last bought my jerseys, I got Darnold, Adams, and Bell on the home, away, and third. So it was kind of like great. Thanks for that.
Pretty much what I've done.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
same.
So I was a bit disheartened back, but I'm kind of skeptical at the moment now whether when I get my shirt, whether just to keep it plain and maybe get my name on the back, or the Martha or something like that, an old player or something, because I just can't deal with the chop and change, especially the experience I've had spending X, Y, Z on 3 shirts and then to get 3 players instantly, traded and whatnot.
Yeah, your name's a safe bet, so not more.
Absolutely.
Anything you'd like to see happen with the group? Anything, or do you like how the group's running?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic. Like keeping up to updated with it all as well. Getting involved as well is brilliant. Like I say, if opportunities like this as well to speak with you guys. Certainly, obviously, as you've already doing, maybe getting everyone together to get over there as well, which sounds fantastic and quite exciting.
Yeah.
And obviously, I know we're all dotted out everywhere, here, there, and everywhere around the country, but maybe opportunities for other meetups or other things like that. For instance, I know it's difficult because we are here, there, and everywhere, like we're saying, but I mean, I just think just the group as a whole and having that network to speak with other Jets fans, I think is phenomenal. Maybe I don't know if you do this already, but if not, maybe a once a month check-in, in terms of like a team Zoom meeting, and we can talk maybe on a Monday evening, discuss what happened over a game on Sunday, just to get everyone's views, what they thought of the game, just sort of like dissecting it really. Might be a cool idea. I don't know what the logistics is like on Teams and Zoom on how many people we can actually have in it, but maybe say, we've got 20 places for you guys to come on a Monday evening and dissect the game.
I like that idea.
Yes.
I've got a Zoom account that can have 100. So we're all right.
There we go. Yeah, spot on. Fantastic. Yeah, something like that. I think that'd be great. I mean, don't have to do it every week, but maybe the odd we'll choose a game per month and be like, let's get together on a Monday evening, or maybe do like a survey. Would you want to do it every week? Would you want to do it once a month? What time works for people, and then go from there.
Sounds amazing.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming on, Scott. It's been awesome to have a chat with you.
Thank you very much for getting us on. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No, amazing. So, guys, obviously, thanks for watching. Give us a like, subscribe, share it with your friends.
Did you want to ask us something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, what's your college teams?
I have a couple. I like Washington Huskies.
Yeah.
I like LSU. And I'm watching a lot of Iowa at the minute.
Okay, yeah, cool.
That's just because I want us to draft their center. So.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
I've only just started watching this year. I've always had a soft spot for LSU, but
yeah,
I'm kind of like Gators, Bearcats, and Coastal Carolina, to be honest.
Yeah,
the little teams.
That's cool. That's fantastic.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you again soon, guys.